Hey friends, welcome to Alicante, Spain. Now I know nothing about it, but the one thing I do know is this right behind me is Santa Barbara Castle. They say there's 1,000 years of history in there. I say, let's go explore it. All right, friends, so we just got off the tram, and that was the worst tram. I mean, it was literally held together by nuts and bolts that are half loose and duct tape and wishes. So now I'm inside of a town, and it's like I'm surrounded by like high-end hotels. Maybe they're condos, but they kind of they have that hotel vibe to them. And so I'm trying to walk through this, but so far, Alicante seems a little bit on the upscale side. Again, I know nothing about it, and I like to find out about it the old-fashioned way by exploring it. So far, initial impressions are upscale. Nice so far. The streets are clean. People seem to be nice so far. And before we get up to the mountain, we need some liquid energy, so let's go grab a coffee. Walking past Hotel Row of Alicante, I catch my first glimpse of the iconic mosaic walkway, color and pattern stretching ahead. To the right, the beach and the Mediterranean Sea, and to the left, the inviting Restaurante Mediterraneum, setting the scene perfectly for breakfast and coffee before my trek up the mountain. And there we have it, a nice healthy breakfast, coffee and an apple. Well, apple-ish. Just to let you know where we're at right here. So we just had coffee, and there's the mountain with the castle. So we're making our way there. All right, checking back in with you. Real time, it's been about 15 minutes since we did that air bridge. And now I'm in some type of town. I'm going up, slowly ascending up, but thankfully no stairs yet. I'll show you what's in front of me. I guess I'm in like some type of residential, but the vibe has definitely changed. Maybe like a lower end residential. All right, friends, the journey begins now. I'm officially off the road, so you can see what I'm on. That's where I'm going up. I'm on a gravel road, and there are the castle walls. All right, let's go. All right, friends, we're at DEFCON 5 right now. I've probably been going up the hill for, I don't know, let's call it 8-10 minutes, and ass kicking right now. Okay, so we found a little bench. We're on an emergency bench. We're at DEFCON 5. We got this, no doubt about it. We're gonna get up there, but might be a little bit more challenging than I thought. Plus that apple didn't help. All right, continue upward. All right, day 2 on my trek up to Mount Olympus. We are at DEFCON 4. We've raised elevations, and it's not looking good for the home team, folks. I've been walking since I last checked in with you, it's been about another 8-9 minutes. And there's the castle in relation to where I am. Yeah, have a coffee and an apple before I went on a trek to Mount Olympus. Probably not the smartest thing I've ever done in my life, but live and learn, folks. Live and learn. One foot in front of the other. Let's do this. All right, friends, we are safely in DEFCON 3 territory now. And just to give you an idea, here's my view and how high up we are. This is a city behind me, and I don't know if you can see it, but this a gray building right there, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 stories by the time you get to the roof. So that's how high up we are. And right above me is Mount Olympus. So we are getting there. So for a guy that's 280 pounds, 55, with terrible knees and hates stairs, I'm beginning to hate slopes just as well. See you on the next check-in, folks. All right, friends, we just reached DEFCON 2 territory. Just to give you an idea where we're at, this white building behind me, that's at least a 20-story building before I can stop counting. And we're definitely above that. And the entrance to the castle is straight ahead. All right, we got this. All right, friends, we have made it up to the middle level. And from what I understand, again, I don't know too much about this, but doing a brief read through, that this middle level was an addition. The upper level where we're going to go, let me see up there. That's the original fort. And I think this middle level, if I'm not mistaken, was built by the British, because at one point in time, the British conquered this area. And they only held it for a little while, but they added on. And the interesting part, there's a third level, which apparently is an active military base. And that's down below us. And there's no entrance to get in there, so I don't even know how to get in there. You couldn't even see anything. So I don't know. And if you remember my Gibraltar video, the Rock of Gibraltar, there's an active military base where they're pumping millions of dollars in there every year to keep it going. There's restaurants in there for the troops and everything. So it's a major complex. So, and this one apparently is the same thing. Why they need a military base inside of a fortified bunker, who knows? That's what's going on. Now, being up here at the top of the castle, I mean, not quite at the top yet, but you can tell it's very strategic. I mean, this castle is built purposefully. You can see the harbor in every single direction. So long before invading forces got here, you can see them coming and prepare for it. It's just amazing, the views. Now, this castle is a survivor. It's been bombed many times, and it was actually built in the 9th century under the Muslims. And French tried to take it over, was bombarded it. The British bombarded it, and it became under Spanish rule. And apparently it was just rebuilt and reopened in the 19th century, and that's how badly damaged it was. You can see parts where they've done a little bit of modern repairment, but not so much yet. Apparently, even at one point in time, this place was used as a prison. Who knew? I don't think I'd want to be captured and put down here. Jesus, they'd forget about you. All right, friends, we have made it to the top. There is no place taller in Santa Barbara Castle than this point right here. And the views up here are amazing. You can see the whole entire city, starting with the ship. We're way taller than any of these skyscrapers in the background. And up here you get a realization on how densely populated the city really is. And on the way up, I count 23 stories. You can see the tower now, and we're way above that. So it's crazy to think, folks, I'm kind of a history buff, and 1,000 years ago, a Muslim soldier stood right here where I'm standing, guarding the bay, keeping a lookout. And now, if you can see in the background, there's my Carnival ship. Can you imagine that Carnival ship holds almost 4,000 people? I mean, that's almost the size of a battalion. And if I was a Muslim soldier and saw that coming into the fort, you wouldn't know what to think. I mean, what is it? I mean, back then, ships held, a couple hundred people at best? I mean, not enough to siege a whole city. But literally now, on some of these bigger ships that hold 10,000 people, one ship, and it could seize the whole entire city back then. It's funny how times have changed and the scope of things. Where if I was that soldier right now, I wouldn't even know what it was. Maybe for us, it'd be like a UFO or something. You just look out there and say, what am I looking at right now? And you can't even process it. It's amazing thought, folks, how times have changed and how far we've come. I could come up on this tower on my own free will and then walk down and leave again. But back then, if you have an invading force, you defend the tower or die. There was no leaving it. I mean, on some rare occasions, they maybe took a prisoner or two, but, this was a death sentence up here. Oh well, folks. There you go. That's a reflection moment. Now, I'm going to make my way down. I'm going to save you the agony of watching that. And, after we do a big activity like this, you know what time it is. A nice cold beer and some food. I'll see you there. All right, friends. We just made it down from the castle. And if you're ever here in Alicante, it's 1,000,000% worth going to. Now, I chose to do the extreme by walking up the mountain. But right here, they do have an elevator that goes all the way to the top. So let me show you where I'm at, basically. There's the walkover. And right behind me, right here where this line is, that's the elevator. So that elevator will take you all the way up to the top of the fort. I guess, what, 50 stories? It's 550 feet above sea level. So, and it's really quick, but that's the line. So, I don't know, I think it's like €2 to go on it. So, you know, for me, I'd rather do the adventure. I like to adventure. I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna walk back down that thing. All right, onward to a beer. And there we have it, friends. We're leaving the restaurant, and I'll tell you what, that food was amazing. Now the potatoes with hot sauce, and it was like a sour cream sauce, was really good. It wasn't spicy at all, but they advertised it as hot fries. And then the shrimp, I mean, just look at it. It's amazing. Now, I get a couple of comments every once in a while about why I've never shown myself eating. I hate eating on camera. I don't know, I just don't think it's proper, but maybe I'll change in the future, but we'll see for right now. But I always try and give an honest review of it. That shrimp was to die for. And on a side note, that's the second time I had shrimp in Spain. If you go back to the Cadiz video, I had a whole shrimp and sitting on the outside little dining area, and there's no flies. I'm in Florida, I would have been covered in flies, swatting them off left and right. Here, there's no flies. I don't know why. Maybe they're doing something right in Spain, or we're doing something seriously wrong in Florida. Anyway, a little trivia for you, or a little interesting fact for you. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right now because we have to be back to the ship early today, and I have to pack and put everything back in vacuum bags for the next leg, which is gonna be my European adventure. So, I don't know, I'm gonna spend a month or two in Europe and just kind of travel around and see where we go. So I'll be making videos all the way through. So if you like the videos and want to keep track where I'm at in the world, hit that subscribe button for me. I mean, it doesn't cost me anything, it doesn't hurt anything, but it helps me a lot. I appreciate it, folks. So for right now, I'm gonna sign off and say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Be safe and be adventurous.